Luxembourg is a great country. It's an open society, very global. And it has an ambitious space program, which still lacks launchers and spaceships. And we're gonna build them here.
Today, I have the pleasure to welcome in the studio Stan Rudenko, the CEO of Aspire Space Technologies. Welcome, Stan.
Merci, Jérôme. My pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you here too. People who know 360 Cross Media know we're huge fans of anything related to space. We have our own spaceship in the studio. We launched in 2020 to celebrate our 20th anniversary another spacecraft to 36 kilometers of altitude. And I follow channels, for example, like Everyday Astronaut every week. So let's jump right into it. Can you present your company, Aspire Space Technology, in a few words?
Sure. At Aspire, we are building the European next-gen space transportation system, essentially a launcher and a spaceship. We aim to become something like SpaceX for Europe. And we have a very robust technology. We have an amazing expert team, and we have a great shot to become the next big thing in global space.
Very good. And today, when people want to launch some objects, some satellites, who can they go to if they want to do it next month?
Next month, probably nobody. But 90+% of supply is definitely SpaceX.
And do you have other options in the world apart from this one?
Yes, there are some. There is a launcher in New Zealand. There are some launchers in America. There are launchers in India, obviously. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And we hear a lot at the moment with the Ukraine conflict, some discussion about the European sovereignty for defense, for the army. And I imagine, of course, owning their own launch system is also a part of the sovereignty, isn't it?
It definitely is. Just after the conflict started, we really started hearing the terms of space sovereignty and technological autonomy, and then they became really popular in Europe, like never before.
And how can Europe achieve it?
Well, I would say that the only way of achieving it is building large reusable launchers, because launch is an essential part of the space program.
Okay, so before the interview, you showed me your own system. So here we have the SpaceX model. How high is this one?
70 meters.
70 meters. I was surprised that your model is extremely similar, just I think a little bit smaller.
Yep.
So how high?
54.
54, but with the same part. You still have here where you put the power that you need in it, the second stage, and of course the
spaceship.
Absolutely. In terms of the landing gears, you told me that your system needs something a bit lighter. Why is that?
SpaceX has to land its first stages on the ocean platforms, and we will be landing ours in the desert.
So you don't need so much power to stabilize, it's easier.
Definitely, way easier, way more efficient.
So you'll have a spaceport in the desert with like a 10 by 10 space, and you're able to pinpoint exactly land there, but it's much harder, so you need less resistance.
Absolutely.
Very good. I'm sure right now there's other brilliant people trying to capture this market. So how is your program different to the other initiatives of startups trying to become the next European launcher?
I would say that in Europe, there are no companies who are building large reusable rockets.
So they all do it the old way?
All the startups are being small launchers up to, let's say, 1 ton to LEO Earth orbit, and they're expendable.
And their system is, they cannot land the booster, they just do it the old way. I launch and I lose my launcher in the ocean normally.
Yes.
Very good. And what risk and opportunities do you see in this process of Europe trying to become space sovereign, or at least launch sovereign?
I think the main risk is that people sometimes underestimate the need and urgency to have those systems in place. And the opportunity is, if we overcome these hurdles, we will build very new capacities for Europe, which are necessary. And at Aspire, we will have a shot to become a next big thing in global space.
Of course, and I'm sure that when you send your most precious satellites through an American launcher, of course, you've got all kinds of possible conflict of interest or risk that we would not have if it's done here in Europe. So maybe a last question, why did you choose Luxembourg?
Great question. First of all, I live in Kirchberg, and it's a nice place. And I think Luxembourg is a great country. It's an open society, very global. And it has an ambitious space program, which still lacks launchers and spaceships. And we're going to build them here.
Very good. So we wish you good luck, and good luck to Luxembourg for this exciting program. Thank you very much, Stan.
Thank you very much, Jerome.